coming to make money. Pastor Kehinde tapped Julius gently on his shoulder and he started in a calm voice.
My son, our elders have a saying that what an elderly man sees while sitting down, a child can never see it, even though he climbs a palm tree. My son, you are about to go down a very wrong and dark path, a path of utmost destruction. I know we are poor, but we won't be poor forever. God has better things in store for us. Don't throw away your destiny in search of quick gains. You are still very young. You have a whole lifetime to make genuine money and live a peaceful life.
He advised him with gentle look of fatherly compassion on his face. Even though Julius knew the advice his father was giving him was the right thing to do, yet he could not resist the allure of riches. He wanted to be able to spend money like Akin, and he could not see any other way to make huge sum of money in such a short period of time, if not by following Akin's lead. Julius was very defiant. He insisted he must follow Akin back to the city while paying deaf ears to all the advice from his parents. This really broke the heart of Faith, his mother, and she wept. The very next day, paying deaf ear to all the advice from his parents, Julius packed his few clothes and followed Akin back to the city. His desire for quick gains overclouding his better sense of reasoning. Back in the city, Julius was dumbfounded at the level of wealth Akin had accumulated for himself. He lived in a mansion in Banana Island, the rich side of Lagos. His garage was lined with some really expensive cars. Julius' joy dropped when he got into the house. Akin's house was fitted with some of the most expensive furnitures and finishing, a home befitting for wealthy royalties. Akin smiled as he noticed the look of bewilderment on Julius' face. He welcomed him into his home. Julius was surprised to see other young people in Akin's house. They were behind their phone, typing away. They were Akin boys. They too have come under the mentorship of Akin with one goal in mind: to make so much money that they would know what to do with. And in a short period of time, they all welcomed Julius with open arms. That evening, Akin explained the whole scam scheme and all the techniques he will use in chatting with the rich folks to guarantee fast results. And he gave him a good phone so he will kickstart immediately. Julius was very grateful, but then that very night, something very strange would happen. Julius and the rest of the boys were up all through the night. They were very busy behind their phones, hoping to get some really rich folks to fall victim to their scam. But then, at exactly 12 midnight, everyone stopped what they were doing. Akin came downstairs. He was wearing a dark robe. He was holding a pack of white and red candles. He lighted the candles and started handing the candle to each of them. Julius was very surprised. He was wondering what was going on, but the rest of the boys seemed not to be disturbed. They were used to this every night. Julius watched on as Akim and the rest of the boys sang some strange hymn from a black book in their hand, and they started saying some prayers. After a while, Akim went back upstairs, and everyone resumed their activities on their phone, fishing for some rich folks online, as if nothing unusual had happened. Even though Julius was surprised at the strange practice, he kept his cool. He would wait to ask his friend about it once the time was right. So the very next day, Julius brought the topic of the strange prayers before Akin. Akin laughed and answered him.
Oh, my friend, those prayers are very important. You know we don't use ordinary hands to do Yahoo anymore because all these rich folks are very wise and cautious. Hence the need for these prayers. When we make these prayers, they respond more favorably to our financial demands. Very soon, I will take you to see our prophet. Once he prays for you, your way would open.
He told him with a reassuring look. Julius was silent. He felt there was something Akin was not telling him, but he just could not place his hand on it. And every midnight, this practice continued. Akin would come downstairs, dressed in his usual dark robe, and carrying the candles. They would make these prayers, and he would go back upstairs. But then, even though Julius knew these prayers were very odd and demonic, he joined them in praying these prayers. If these prayers were all it would take for him to cash out big from this scam scheme, so be it, he thought to himself. But then, as the time went by, something started bothering Julius. His clients were not paying, even though he had done all Akin taught him and was saying these prayers along with the rest boys. Yet luck seems not to be on his side. Yet the rest of the boys were cashing out, much to his dismay. Even Akin, who seems not to be doing anything, was swimming in wealth. Yet, here he was, toiling from morning till night, sourcing for rich folks online, yet zero result. And out of deep concern, he went to Akin to pour out his heart to him. Akin listened as Julius lay his complaint before him.
My dear friend, something is really bothering me. My clients are not paying. I have been under you for some months now, and I'm working really hard. But it's like luck is not on my side. All the other boys are picking money frequently, but here am I, with not even a penny to my name. Please show me the way. I want to make massive money and enjoy the good life.
He told him with a look of worried concern on his face. Akin was very calm and silent, like someone in deep thought. After a while, he replied to him.
Julius, my friend, just relax. Next week, we all will be going to visit our prophet. After he prays for us, you will see immediate positive results and you will cash out big.
He told him reassuringly. These words from Akin gladdened his heart, and he thanked him profusely. Little did he know, great trouble was around the corner. That evening, Akin told Julius he would be following him to the nightclub. Julius was very happy because this was the first time Akin was inviting him to follow him to a nightclub. He immediately dressed up and they both left for the club. At the nightclub, Julius was in total dismay at the way Akin was spraying money. He ordered some of the most expensive wine in the club while throwing so much money away in the air. The ladies were cluttering around him, just like the way bees are attracted to honey, because of the level of wealth he exuded. Julius' mouth was wide open in dismay. Akin was spraying money as if he had a well of money in his bedroom where he could fetch money endlessly from. And throughout that week, Akin made sure to invite Julius to escort him to the nightclub where they will party hard. The moment they leave the club, the ladies would follow them to their hotel room. Akin would allow one of these guests to follow Julius to his hotel room while the rest would spend the night with him. But then, Julius soon started noticing something very strange. Whenever he asked Akin to give him some money, he would refuse bluntly, complaining bitterly that he does not have any money. But then, he was willing to buy him any amount of drink and smoke he wanted and pay for some of the most expensive hotel rooms for him and pay for some really high class guests he would sleep with. This really baffled Julius. He just could not make much sense of this. All the same, he decided to be patient. Besides, Akin had promised to take him to his prophet for prayers, and he just could not wait to start making money just like Akin. And the day to pay the prophet a visit soon arrived. Julius was in high spirits. He joined the rest of the boys, and they all drove off for the prophet place. Then, when they got there, the sight that greeted Julius was unlike anything he actually imagined. The prophet's church was situated by the back of a lonely river. It was not really a church, it was more like a spiritual house with bloodstains, probably from sacrificed animal on some parts of the walls, with some bizarre sculpture work around the compound. This sculpture work were equally stained in animal blood,